Some people say that Zen is quite severe. You know, there's no happiness, no emotional enjoyment. I think it's true. I don't know why. In Japan, it's very more severe. So everybody has very serious face, you know. And if the teacher is there, so I suppose I got used to it. But in my retreats in England in the 2000s, we had retreats in a big centre called Earth Spirit. And we had some happier times. So we used to have some poetry, or somebody play saxophone or something. And we had more fun. And I think that especially retreats in Slovakia, Czechia, a little bit not so fun. Or maybe it's me, because I can't join in your chat, because I don't know you're talking about toilet, or God, or food, or I don't know. Maybe that's one reason. But I would like to make more lighter atmosphere, because when we sit, sometimes it's quite hard work, you know. Then we come out and sit here. It's like hard training, but it's not necessary to be like hard training, but I don't know how to change it. So please help me in the future to change it. I could learn some Slovak jokes, for example. Maybe it's not possible. Even meal times are silent, and we're chanting, and then we're eating. So if we can make it more cheerful, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Do you agree? No?
Yes.
Zuzana has some wine.
Do you?
Let's have fun.
Red or white?
I don't know exactly. Maybe I have
Both.
maybe both.
Both. All right.
Vidím si, čo neviem, sa
Yeah, wine is easy way.
Mhm.
Anybody can become happy with wine for a short time. They go, and then. So anyway, just I'm thinking. Besides that subject, my brain is empty. So if you want to talk about something, let's talk about something. Except Jordan Peterson.
What do you think about comparison or comparing things to each other? You know, like comparing the cultures, because for me, comparing myself to other things is the way how to lost your peace. You know, when you are comparing yourself to other things.
Yeah.
So can you elaborate about comparing?
Yes, what did you say?
Comparing.
For you, it's a way to...
Like lost my, I don't know, peace or
Ah,
wholeness,
yes.
and wholeness.
Yes. Well, Jordan Peterson says, don't compare yourself to others, compare yourself to yourself. Earlier. One problem is I can't remember myself earlier. My memory maybe is not so reliable. However, if we compare ourselves to others, we can lose our peace very, very quickly. I can. If I read Brad's book, okay, I know Brad very well. If I read his book, I think, oh, it's really good. I wish I could write like that. Oh, I can't do anything like that. Oh, he's very famous. He has his book, 6 books. And then I don't feel good. Simple. Or you can see somebody else's car or house or situation. Or you look at somebody else, you think, wow, they're very clever and they're very smart and but actually it's not true, because our comparison is only in our head. So we often imagine other situation is better than our situation with no evidence, just we imagine it. I think that's very common. How do we stop doing it? Well, I don't know. I know that it's disturbing if we compare to other people or other situations. And I don't do it very much, but I don't know why I don't do it very much. Maybe because I know it's not helpful. I think I learned that when you look at some other persons, like their work or their book or something, it's always an illusion. You imagine the other person is perfect, fantastic or something. That's always an illusion. I think that's, maybe people can't believe that because they want to have a God. So they want to look for a God in somebody else. But I'm sure it's an illusion. Of course, there are great people and small people. And if I compare my simple talks to Jordan Peterson on YouTube, of course, I mean, he's fantastic. He's a very clever man. I'm not. So that's the way it is. But I don't know the best way to stop comparing, but I know that it's good to stop comparing. And also, the Buddhist precepts, the 10 rules, say don't criticize other people. And that's also very helpful. Because usually if you criticize somebody, the thing you're criticizing is only a mirror for yourself. Often. But how do we change? How do we stop doing things? I'm sorry, I can't help you. For me, this is so stupid really, but practicing Zazen somehow helped me to stop comparing helped me to stop criticizing. It didn't stop completely, but something helped me to be like that. So I think that the 10 Buddhist rules or precepts, don't get angry, don't criticize other people, I forgot them. Somebody knows. 10 of them.
Don't.
Yeah. Really shouldn't be don't. It's not instruction. What it says to me is, if you practice Zazen, or if you practice balance every day, then you won't get so angry. You won't be so critical. So it's a result of practice, practicing balance. Whichever method you practice balance. And there are many methods to practice balance. Then you won't be so critical, you won't be so angry, you won't do this, you won't do that. That's my experience.
On the other side, the critic is perceived sometimes as a way to progress.
Say again.
To criticizing something.
Yeah.
You are making the way for progress.
Yes. Well, it's in science.
Feedback.
In science, philosophy, religion.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little bit different criticism. It's criticism inside an academic structure, for example. So if two professors criticize each other, it's not usually personal. Or maybe
it's hard to. It's very hard to.
Yeah,
display it.
but they try to criticize the idea, not the person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe politicians too, I don't know. But maybe politics is worse. But anyway, criticism is useful. But the kind of criticism I mean is when you say, oh, I don't like that person, they're doing everything wrong, and this kind of common criticism, not criticism in a structure. I think Americans are very loud, and they got Trump for president, and the countries they got crazy Christians and blah, 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 blah. That kind of criticism. Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's too good a little bit. This kind of criticism.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But you can have positive criticism. Yeah.
Can I ask another question? Or are you still thinking? Can I ask another question?
You can try.
Yeah.
Is the question whether you can ask a question?
Yeah, that's the test.
Okay.
No, sometimes it seems like Zazen could help you with almost anything, or make you a better person and so on.
Yeah.
What do you think, in which way Zazen isn't helpful?
It's not helpful.
Yeah, in which
Oh.
way?
Makes your legs ache. Which way is it not helpful?
Or even bad?
Well, this Japanese monk I talked about yesterday, Isho Fujita, one of the subjects he talked about is the difference between Zazen and meditation. meditation, there are many, many different kinds of meditation. And he says, and I agree, Zazen is not meditation. However, if you make Zazen into meditation, it's not so helpful, I feel. Because Zazen is a bit different. It's not trying to get something, it's not trying to improve something, it's not trying anything. So it's weird, kind of so stupid, simple thing that I don't want to change it into something where you're going to become better or you're going to become happier or whatever, which is very disappointing. So, but Zazen as Zazen, I don't know any negative part.
Could it make you, for example, like more selfish? Because I think I read somewhere some text that people who maybe meditate, not do Zazen, they tend to be more selfish, like in partnerships and all.
That's what I've heard quite often. Because people would say Zazen is not the best way for marriage, for example, because you are becoming more independent. You don't need relationship.
So this is something about modern relationships. Independence is scary, frightening for people.
You are becoming,
for me,
instead of being dog, you are becoming cat. You know. You don't need people.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
Well, I don't know. I practice Zazen for 43 years every day, and I'm very needy. So to me, it didn't stop me needing people. So I don't know if it maybe makes you some kind of independent person. I don't need anybody. You know, I'm perfectly complete, whole. I don't know, are there people like that? But it didn't happen to me, so I don't agree with that statement. I suppose it makes you, it's a way of understanding or learning about yourself. Sitting every day with yourself, you have to learn about yourself. You can't help to learn about yourself. I don't mean learn in here. So if you're in a relationship and you're learning about yourself, and your partner is not, maybe that's a problem. And I heard in Kaisen's group, this Buddhist teacher who was in Slovakia and Poland and Czech, said your Buddhist teacher is more important than your husband or wife or partner. So that's threatening. I think that's absolute rubbish, complete rubbish. It's just not true. So he can say it, but it's not true. The person who is most important to you is the person that you choose.
He was secretly saying, not open saying.
Oh, okay. He wasn't saying openly.
Huh?
He was not saying openly.
No, not openly, not so openly.
But everyone heard it like 20 times or 100 times because it was so spread between the people.
The closed students to him was without strong relationship, without strong family, without children, and so on.
Okay.
The spreading the Dharma was through this kind of people, not through people. They spread their energy to making sport maybe and have children and go to holiday and so on.
Okay.
You should be decided one way decided.
Okay.
That's the meaning. But it was not.
Okay.
If somebody new came, then nobody told them first. And that it is still the same.
Yeah?
Yes.
Still the same? Well, all I can
offered-
say is
they
don't
wanted to
make
come-
me important.
They wanted to
please.
come to the hut making session, then I offered them the place.
Uh-huh.
Then I have somehow some contact to see
With Kaizen group
in Slovakia.
in Banski Studenec.
Huh?
In your hut in Banski
Yes.
Studenec. Okay. Well, anyway, there are many ways in which Buddhist teachings, you know what this means? Can be threatening to a relationship. But really, I don't understand why. However, anything between two people in a relationship which is very different between them, they're going different paths. So if they don't want to share, then if there's nothing to share, then it may be difficult. I don't know.
But isn't it like your desires are limited?
Whose? Mine aren't.
If you practice
Are
that.
yours?
If you practice Zazen, you are calming, you are less.
No,
Good to know.
not for me. No.
You have more fun
Yes.
after Zazen. It's really incredible because Kodo Sawaki says something. Zazen is amazing because because it eliminates your desire or something. But I have never experienced that. It's more like your frustration,
No.
yes, but not desire.
No, what Kodo Sawaki meant
Yeah.
was when you feel balanced, so not only Zazen, sport, anything, you don't have strong sexual desire for that time.
Because you are on the bike.
Yes, it's because you're on the bike, yes.
In the forest.
Or on Zafu.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
after that,
yeah,
Or
but
tired.
it's only, balance is momentary. Balance only happens now. It's not something, oh, I'm balanced, you know, so balance, half an hour balance, 1 hour balance. So our life is up and down. So, I don't know. Many people say very strange things which I can't understand about Buddhism or about, you know, peaceful something, or I don't know. I can't understand at all.
Actually, if I may say so,
No.
my wife, I had one wife about 20 years ago, and she actually asked me, can you please go and practice Zazen because you're getting on my nerves. So she knew after Zazen I would be okay. So it's the opposite of what you guys say. Really, she asked me, could you please, you know. And then, because then I was like...
And then can we have sex, did she say?
No.
Okay.
At the end of the relationship, but that's too personal. I can tell you after.
Yeah, okay.
It will be not recorded.
I will tell you after.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
After the recording. But it...
I can post.
No. No. Zazen is not something like that. But a certain teacher or a certain group can make it into whatever they want to. They can make it into a private club where the teacher is an important person and everybody else is like worshipping them. And or they can make it whatever they want.
Maybe it's too simple to say that Buddhism is saying that the root of evil is desire.
Oh, right. I have to learn that.
You should cut desire, and then you will not suffer.
Well, yes, that's what it sounds like. Don't have any desire, and then you won't suffer. Well, may be true, but you can't make yourself have no desire. Some people have low desire. That's their nature. Some people don't have a relationship. It's their nature. Some people have very strong desire. It's their nature. But in modern, in our society, we can increase our desire by many different methods. But if we increase our desire by many methods, there is the opposite effect also. We suffer. So for instance, if you want to buy a car on the internet and you spend all day looking at different cars and prices and you become excited, oh that one, oh that one, oh that I want that one, wow, all these photographs, and you become excited, and then when you go to buy it, it's not there, then you suffer.
You buy it and you are disappointed. No?
Or disappointed. So there are many misunderstandings with this teaching in Buddhism. For instance, the word dukkha in Sanskrit, does it mean to suffer, or does it mean to be disappointed or dissatisfied? There's people who are not sure, because normally sukha, dukkha mean satisfied, dissatisfied. But in Buddhist teaching, they always say suffering. And yeah, we suffer, yes. I tell you why we suffer, because our ideas are always beautiful and the world is not matching our ideas. So every time we have a beautiful idea and we can't find it, we suffer. In many ways. I want my relationship to be like this. Oh, it's not. I want my job to be like this, and it's not. I want my holiday to be like this, and it's not. So the gap between our ideals and reality makes us suffer. But how do you eliminate desire? Well, some people do, some religious people do, but I think already their desire is not strong. Some people can deny their feelings. But for most people, if they deny their feelings, they can deny the feeling for some time and then it pushes up.
Explodes, yeah.
So, like if you have water and a piece of cork from a wine bottle, and you push the cork under the water, this is desire, okay? You push under the water, so it's gone. And then you take your hand off the cork and it goes. So you can't suppress desire, but you can, what's the word? Subjugate Desire? For instance, you can get rid of a strong desire by doing very hard running or cycling or something.
By the way, you mentioned yesterday this movie Samsara.
Yes.
It was exactly about it. The guy who cut all senses.
Yes.
But it didn't help.
That's right.
The woman was there.
That's
and
what
he was
the film.
lost. He was lost.
That's what the film is about. So if you live in a small hut alone, maybe desire is okay. You don't have desire, maybe. But I don't want to live in a small hut. I want to live in with normal society. Even Eckhart Tolle has a wife.
He does.
Yeah.
Or the other bloke, what's his name? American man with a Sanskrit name. Anyway.
Deepak Chopra.
I don't know anyway. But even the Buddha, according to the ancient writings, the Buddha said, be your own light. Be a light to yourself. In other words, find your own way. Maybe he might have said, don't ask me. I don't know, but that's just what the writings, sutras say. Be your own light. Find your own way. So in the end, don't look for a teacher to tell you what to do. Find a teacher and listen to what they say, and then if you don't believe it, it's okay. And if you believe it, it might be helpful. But then, in the end, it's up to you. In the end, it's up to me. I think that's true. We can see in history many, many examples of people following a leader. So it's okay if the leader is always there. Maybe. But everybody wants somebody to lead them. Unfortunately, we have to lead ourselves.
can I say to this desire, because to my mind came other word that is maybe more used, is attachment.
Attachment?
Attachment.
Okay.
This is the problem, attachment.
Attachment.
And you should...
thank you, it's helpful.
You should not cut, but you should see the attachment, and then after you are more and more enlightened or independent, then more free, and the attachment that make you suffer, they are gone.
True, yeah, it's true. It's true.
But this is the philosophy of this attachment. I don't know exactly. I didn't find also this way, because it's not. I think it's impossible. I think, or I don't know.
Well, it's not impossible, but it's not completely possible either. You can't. For instance, you might say you cannot be attached to any possessions or any place, but still you might be attached to your dog or your daughter. I mean, to have no attachment at all, what? Can you imagine what kind of life? What kind of person? Must be wonderful.
Maybe the difference is in being aware of the attachment rather not to have it.
But
have the attachments, just know it.
Maybe.
Then what?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't spin off at all.
You can write a book about it.
Dogen, my favourite writer in the 13th century, he doesn't talk about attachment so much. He says, don't hold on to things and pull them towards you, and don't get things and push them away from you. So don't want too much, and don't love too much, don't hate too much.
To some extent, you answered my question, because you said, okay, you didn't speak about desire, but you said maybe we can control our ideas, strange ideas, because strange ideas are creating strange expectations, and then it's creating pain. So if you have control over strange ideas, then you have partially control over pain.
Yeah.
So it seems to me it's connected.
Yeah. One difficulty is these phrases in Buddhism or any religion, very simple phrases. Don't have attachment, or get rid of desire. But life is so complicated that you can't explain in one sentence. So what is desire? So, maybe you can spend whole of your life writing about what desire is. What is attachment? You can spend the whole of your life investigating what is attachment. Different people have different understanding. The word is a label. So, you read in the book something like some Buddhist idea, but it's only a sentence. It may take you a whole life to understand all the meanings of that sentence. So for me, those statements in Buddhism are the result of practicing balance. So if you practice balance, you don't have such strong attachments, you don't get so angry. So it's a process. But always in our mind we think of a perfect thing. So no attachment means no attachment perfectly. No desire means no desire perfectly. suffering means complete suffering. Balance means absolutely balanced. Peace means wonderful. So our minds are very stupid, really. They take one label and they make it completely 100%.
But what is now, after saying this, in your opinion, Doshin?
Doshin?
What means, yes, in this contrast maybe to this, what you have explained? I don't know if you understand me.
What do you think Doshin means? It's a Japanese word.
If it's not some ideal state that we are searching for with ideas, and this is some motor to start to going the right way, or the right practicing, or the right balance way.
Yeah.
But you should first have this imagination of something perfect.
Well, this is like you were saying yesterday about in the beginning Zazen, you need somebody to instruction, and then afterwards you can. So I wonder if it's true. I wonder if you can say to somebody, have lots of strong ideas about wanting to be a perfect person, and then after some time you say to them, no, not really. I think that they will have they will have ideas about a perfect person anyway. So you don't need to tell them, no, you can have strong ideas about being a perfect person for a while, and then I am the teacher, so I know when you need different, so now I have different teaching for you. Is there other teachers like that? And the different teaching for you is different teaching for Tomasz, and different teaching for Josef, and are there clever people who can teach everybody differently? Now you're advanced, so I need a different teaching for you. You're a beginner, so I need different teaching for you. So we are idealistic. We're all idealistic because ideas are so powerful, and because we have a brain. So we're going to be idealistic when we practice Zazen, when we start a sport, when we get married. Everything is going to be perfect, isn't it? At the beginning, new job. Can you think of something where you didn't think, this is going to be okay? Do we start something by saying, this is going to be terrible? No, we start something with the ideal. So you don't need to tell people about the ideal. You need to tell them, no, it's not the ideal. And then after some time they say, yeah, he was right. I see. Maybe.
Okay. That means not all people are going to sit Zazen or practicing some kind of serious Buddhist practicing or so on. That maybe they have Doshin for a good car or Doshin for a good...
What does Doshin mean?
I don't know exactly.
Well, don't use it.
I don't know. Please, I don't know.
What do you understand?
But something
Doshin?
is...
You must understand it.
Huh?
You must have some understanding. What do you think Doshin means?
I can't tell.
Anybody else?
Isn't it parental mind or something? Parental mind. I don't know.
This is this
Túžba ku zmyslu, ale nie. How Nishijima use other kind of words.
Will to the truth.
Will to the truth.
Yeah.
Okay. Will to the truth.
Do is truth.
Will to the truth.
Do is the same as Tao. Tao teaching. Tao is the way. But it also means truth. Two meanings in Chinese. And Xin means mind. But in Chinese and Japanese, Xin doesn't mean this mind, it means heart mind. So not intellectual, but intellectual emotional intelligence. So it's our intellectual emotional awareness of the truth. Or it's our ability to find the truth, to search for it. And we have it as babies and children.
Anybody have.
It's called curiosity. And some people keep it, and some people lose it. And some people lose it and then find it again. So it's very important to have a curiosity for what is real, what is true. Because it makes a search. But my favourite poet is T.S. Eliot, a very famous American English poet. And he writes, we will never stop searching. He doesn't write these words. He writes a beautiful poem. We will never stop searching, and in the end, we will come back to where we started in our search, and then we will know it for the first time. So his poem suggests that we search and search and search and search out there, and in the end we arrive where we are and realise this is where I'm searching for. So I love that poem. But the searching is Dogen. Mind to the truth, or will to the truth, or many ways to translate it. So we're all searching. But human beings search outside themselves. Even if we think we're searching inside, we're searching away from the present. To search is to look for something which is not here. So looking for something is not here. Where is it? So we look in our world, outside world, or we look in our inside world, or we look in our dreams. We look another place. But Eliot said, we arrive at the place we were searching for, which is here. And we are always here. So it sounds as if our whole life is rather a stupid mistake. I'm looking for something. Oh. Where are my car keys? Oh, they're here. But Eliot says we can never stop searching. Until we find that what we're searching for is here.